and welcome to this video. My name is Emilia. If you're new, I live on the countryside in Sweden. I'm right here by my flower bed and I need to plant these ornamental grass. I'm a little bit sad because it was raining last night. Right now the tulips are starting to bloom. In this bed they are quite late because it's been a little bit dry and they are new. I planted them last fall. These ornamental grass is called Frosted Explosion. I did plant hollyhocks here last year and they are biennial, so I thought they would come back blooming this year, but I don't see anything. And all in between here I'm gonna pop in some annuals because we're gonna expand this bed. In the meantime I need to fill it out with annuals. I need cut flowers for my wedding this summer, but I'm gonna pop the grass like right here hugging this rock. It's gonna be a nice backdrop. I do have some perennials here and evergreens and shrubs. So I've already started on the perennial bed here that is going to be a perennial bed. I'm just gonna dig up some weeds as well while I'm here. Just getting some fertilizer. They're quite floppy. But let's just plant them like this. So this whole backdrop is full of these grass. A little trio here and then one maybe on that side. All right, this was nice and loose. I planted 3 of them here and then one over there tucked behind the stone. It's just gonna look so nice to see it from here, filling out and softening this rock, and then one popping out from behind the rock right here. And I just took a little bit of time to just weed a little bit because it's better to do it now than when it's too late. Right now we're just laying piles of weed here. I'm gonna remove it. And then we have these rocks that I'm gonna start laying down here in the edge as well as right here. And then here is actually wild grass and things growing. We're gonna dig it up and then I'm gonna plant a ornamental grass instead. All right, it's a new day. It's been raining for a couple of days and it's been quite cold. So I haven't been out here planting anything else than these ornamental grass. Some of the tulips are blooming. They're so beautiful. I need to prioritize to get all of the ones that I'm gonna have for my wedding into the ground because they need time to grow and hopefully these grasses recover. I think they will, it looks like it. But yeah, they've been rained on quite a lot. So I have these white lace or layas that I'm gonna start with. And I think it would be really beautiful to have them dotted around here in the middle, in between all of these tulips. So obviously they're not gonna be here in June, July, the rest of the summer. I still want it to look nice. They're not only for my wedding bouquet because they're also beautiful to look at. Here we have this buplerium, I think you pronounce it, which is also for the wedding bouquet. It's like a green chartreuse yellow color to them. They're really beautiful. So here I have pincushion flowers and these are actually going in my vegetable garden. To have quite a full display of this buplerium, I need to plant them together. Last year I had them dotted around in just single plants, thinking they would get a lot more bushier, but they're basically just one single stem with smaller branches. So it kind of fell down or like fell over. It really wasn't a good look. So I think I'm gonna have them over here. Hopefully you can see me over here. A trio here. And then I'm gonna have another drift of the white lace. This white bluebell is going for the perennial garden. Then I just have a bunch of this Covent Garden Market. It's a big baby's breath, also for the wedding. I want a lot of this baby's breath. It's gonna be both for my bouquet and for the tablescape. Just anywhere, being like a nice wispy flowers. We have a few there. Let's pop one here and here. I've also got this summer dahlia called Opera White. They are quite compacted, but they get quite bushy. They're not like tall and wispy like the other ones. But I'm just trying to get some whites in here mostly, because all of the ones that I have in color, different cut flowers, they're still in my growing room. I haven't hardened them off yet. In here, I'm probably gonna plant other dahlias that I have. So I think this would be really, really beautiful to have by this border. There's really not much happening here. So let's do them in like a little drift around here. I grabbed 3 purple basil that are placed right here. And then I still have some space in front of it to have some sort of ground cover or edging flower. And I've got some Vitagrow, slow feeding granular fertilizer. The baby's breath. It's actually 2 plants in this one, but I'm just gonna plant them together because I want a really full effect. And I don't need to water these in actually, because it's gonna rain quite soon tonight and then some tomorrow. I did actually buy a hand-held auger, but it's for big holes. I'm gonna use them when planting my big dahlias, so I'm not gonna use them for this purpose because these plants are so small. Oh, huge worm. Come here. I did have these last year and they were so pretty in this bed. And something smells so good right here. It's probably the service berries around. And here I have a sage that I need to move more to the front. I'm just not gonna do it right now. When we go to expand this bed, I need to move stuff anyways. It's very rocky soil right here. And then the bupleriums. Here we have a really beautiful rose. It's called, let's see, Westerland Core West, I think. It's like a peachy sunset color. It's so lovely. I would have loved to plant a buplerium right here, but we have a tulip. Once most of these die back in the fall, I'm gonna go ahead and plant perennials. They usually have perennial sale in fall, so that's why I'm gonna load up on perennials. And the same thing here with this drift of dahlias and the white lace. It's definitely very rocky in this bed, but I can see it's because we did a no-dig bed here. We just added cardboard to fill with soil, so there's a lot of worms. That's a good sign. They're loosening the soil up. Here we got some snowdrops. And this is freeing up so much space for me to start hardening off all of the rest of the plants, the flowers. I still need to buy something for this obelisk. Okay, so I decided to plant my purple basil. They're really leggy and tall and they want to be planted. So I'm gonna plant them in this border of the vegetable garden, and we're gonna have a rose arch leading into here in the middle. So we're gonna plant them on the sides like this. And then of course this will be weed free. I actually bought a weed burner. And then we're gonna top it off with gravel, have some kind of border with rocks or a picket fence or something. Eric is going to get the trimmer to trim the grass around. We didn't do that there, so I just cut it by hand. I'm just gonna go ahead and water them even though it is supposed to rain. It helps them to rebound a little bit. And this is a little bit slanted, like on a hill, but we're gonna raise the soil level here a little bit. And these are annuals, so they won't be here next year. I just want something to fill out here in the meantime while we're working on the rest of this. It attracts so many pollinators as well. It's a new day and I was going to plant out a lot of vegetables that have been hardening off, but it's still a little bit too cold for the tomatoes and the peppers. So I just thought that I would tackle all of these weeds. And last year I sprayed everything with like weed vinegar, and it's effective on smaller weeds. But this time they're quite established already. So I bought this weed burner. I never used this before, but I'm gonna try it out. So you're gonna burn for about 3 to 4 seconds. You're not looking to burn it up, like going into flame. You just want to break down the chemical structure of the plant. Okay, let's go. I've been very hesitant about this because I don't want to kill any living things, you know, crawling around here. I'm gonna be extra careful if I see any pollinators, of course. This is gonna take a while, so I'm not gonna film everything, I'm just gonna speed it up and we'll see how long this lasts me. These might be a little bit too big actually to burn. I might have to clear them by hand, we'll see. I'm gonna need a shower after this. And it's taking quite a long time. There's so many weeds. You can see the flowers just wilting. It feels awful. On like a bigger weed, it might take a couple of burns. You might have to do it every other week or so in case it comes back or if it doesn't die the first time. This actually hurts my neck a lot. But right now I'm focusing on all of the dandelions because they are going to seed. And I burn all of the seeds that I can find around here. And they just burn up. It's pretty funny actually. But just try to be careful of any pollinators. They seem to have moved on already to another spot. But it was full of honeybees and bumblebees here just a week ago. I just felt bad to come out here and burn everything up. You can see how messy it is. Like this one I have to pull up by hand, of course. It's way too big. Yeah, working on getting all of these weeds away so that we can put gravel and then some cute border here. But this is what it's looking like. Kind of looks like a massacre. It's like black everywhere. Dead plants. But I can definitely see here that it's working because this is where I started and it's sort of like shriveling up already. But I just need to take a break from this. My neck hurts a lot. But yeah, this is what it's looking like. A lot left still to do. You know that? I have these couple of plants here. This one is a magnolia and this one is a peony. I'm gonna plant these two by the cabin. I'm not done with that bed yet. I don't exactly know where I want them, so I'm gonna wait maybe like a week. But then I have 3 lilacs. They are different varieties. We have this one called Catherine Havemeyer. Beautiful. Andenken and Ludwig Spett. This is very classical, kind of. This one has more like a fluffy, like double petaled flower, but this is sort of classic. And then this third one is a white called Alba. And I've been going around my property. Excuse the mess, we have toys and yeah, a little bit of messy, but I have a few places in mind. I'm gonna show you them. Look at all of the tulips, so pretty. But yeah, I've placed one of the lilacs right here. And this one is the Ludwig Spett, I think. Here we have an evergreen. This can grow a lot if I don't maintain it. We'll see. We have these 2 obelisks here. So it has some heights, you know, all around this bed. We have some pretty tall growing hydrangea here and like shrubs and things. And we're gonna have a border here with rocks or maybe even like a little hedge, like a shorter hedge, just to kind of cover the road. We'll probably do that. And I'm gonna place it a little bit more to the left, I think, so that when we're sitting here on our patio, we can still see everything. That's why I want to have a low growing hedge right here because yeah, I don't need to see the road, but I want to still see the cabin and all of its beauty. So we have the height of all of these 3 elements right here. We're going to expand this bed as I've talked about. So we're going to have medium sized, low growing flowers all over. Then I placed that beautiful Catherine Meyer like a double petaled lilac right here, like tucked behind this big rock that we have here. Here is actually a jasmine. I think that's how you pronounce it in English. Otherwise, I'm just gonna pop the name here. This is just a weedy mess. We've cut this back, hoping that it will come back, and it probably will because it has so much growth. But it's very high on the ground, so we need to fill this soil level up quite a bit. So I can't plant this today. And we also have so many stones and rocks and things here that we need to clear out. All of the lilacs grows about 3 to 4 meters, or can go quite tall. And then we have this blood plum right here, provides beautiful color and structure. That's gonna be sort of more of like a canopy over here, but that's gonna be perfect space for that. And I really wanted this to show, to really make a statement because it's so beautiful. And the third one, the white called Alba, I've placed right here so that there will be sort of a trio of high bushy growing things. This one we can have on a stem. It's grown a little bit and mature. You can have it on one stem, sort of like a tree, and we can plant something underneath. I think that's gonna be super, super beautiful. So we have the serviceberry, beautiful color, burgundy, dark leaf. And then this one blooms white. Once this has finished their blooms, this will take over and bloom white. I just want to marinate a little bit, see if I can come up with something even better. But I mean, I can buy more lilacs and plant if I come up with something. So I'm probably gonna plant them where they are right now. For these following clips, I ran out of battery on my mic, so I was talking and explaining and everything, but you cannot hear me. So I'm just trimming and clearing all of the places that I want to plant my lilacs, and I'm planting 2 out of 3 lilacs today. The third one by the bed behind me is a little bit uncertain if it fits, so I'm just gonna have a little look around to see if I can place it somewhere else. But this one felt really good here by this rock. They do get about 3 meters wide, or can get up to 3 meters in width, so it's gonna hug this rock and like sort of softening it, and it will also maybe even touch the edge of the road. So it's gonna be really pretty backdrop here by this rock. And I'm just digging out a hole, and this is such a clay heavy soil that I'm mixing in some other soil that I have, like potting soil, and I have fertilizer in, and I'm creating kind of like a well around this since it slopes towards the rock. We're gonna have to adjust this and fill this whole bed up with soil once we actually make this into a flower bed. We haven't carved out anything yet. I'm just planting this one for now. So I create a little wall of these rocks, and I make like a well with the soil, and I water it really nicely. And then we move on to this space, and I'm trimming almost the whole patch here because I have this Black Beauty elderberry next to me that's sticking out in the corner. So that needs just some airflow and some space. So I'm clearing where I'm gonna plant the lilac and also around the elderberry. And this soil right here is actually really, really nice soil. It's kind of fluffy and light, but it still retains moisture. It's like a perfect, I don't know, garden bed soil. There's a lot of worms, so I am just mixing in a tiny bit of potting soil together with fertilizer, just on the very top so that it doesn't get super wet when it's raining, because it is still a little bit more clay in this soil. Well, and this one was the white variety called Alba. The other one was the Catherine Have Meyer, and these are gonna be so pretty where they're located. I'm really pleased with the places that they got. They get sun, and it's just, yeah, it's perfect. All right, so somewhere along the line I lost my mic. I'm so sorry, but thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.